I just decided that, nothing was ever going to scare me away from anywhere. I was just going to, everywhere is dangerous, or everywhere has, has risks. Everything you do has risks.
Right. This is Street Connect, a project that I started to bring more purpose and connection into New York City life. And I do that by having conversations with strangers.
Where would you rather live at the moment? Moscow or Beijing?
What? I thought you were going to give me
No.
an option to live anywhere.
No, between those two. Beijing, which is very heavily polluted, or Moscow, who is, enemy of the planet and manipulating elections and that type of thing.
Oh.
Where would you? And why?
I just don't even have an answer. Well, first, what resonated with me was Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I really have a reason besides. Yeah, I don't have a reason at all. I don't.
So it's settled. You're moving to Beijing.
Yes, I'm
Cool.
moving to Beijing.
Well, there we go. Well, that's the end of that
now.
conversation.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Flight's ready for you.
Are you gonna send me there?
I'm definitely,
Did
yeah.
I win
Yeah,
a ticket?
exactly.
Was this like a
This was
fraud?
yeah. I lured you in by sitting on this bench with a milkshake.
Exactly. Now I came to you thinking that it was for my project, but really this is your project.
Exactly.
To send people out of New York City. Can you tell me about an event in your life that has changed you in some way?
Oh. Ooh. I think yours was easier because it was 50-50. You've given me I got to search back through 32 years. I was on the subway in London during the 7/7 bombings, and that was when 5 terrorists blew up 2 tube trains and a couple of buses. And
What was that?
that was, oh my God, 2004, I want to say? Yes, it was 2004, 2005, I can't remember. I was on my way to work at the time, and I remember going through the subway station, and I remember like all the things my grandparents had told me about, like they lived through the war and not being afraid, and bombs were dropping on them and stuff. And I never really understood that. I'm just like, yeah, well, okay, you lived through the war, who cares? And then it dawned on me that day that that I could have been on, if I'd been 20 minutes later, I would have been on that train. And it kind of gave me an idea of the kind of resilience they had, but maybe on a smaller scale. Like, probably the same way that people in this city had when they on 9/11. They could have been working in that tower, or if they'd taken a job there, they would have been there. So. I don't know, it made me think, and it made me kind of appreciate this kind of hardship they went through for those years, but like 100 times worse. So yeah, I kind of stopped to consider things more after that.
What did you how did it change how you made decisions, or where you wanted to live? I know it impacted how you appreciated.
Yeah, it definitely. No, I mean, I always loved living in London, and I just decided that there was nothing that was ever going to scare me away. Like, I was never going to make a decision because somewhere's dangerous to live. Like, my mother, she's always like, "Oh, you be careful in New York." I'm like, "Mom, come on." I'm out running at night. She's like, "Oh, you get home." I actually emailed her a thing on the BBC the other day because London, for the first time ever, had a higher murder rate in February than New York.
No way.
It finally switched, yeah.
You said finally.
Finally. And I was like, "You be careful, Mom, when you go to London, because you know how dangerous it is." Meanwhile, I'm in safe Brooklyn.